Hi everyone. I just want to give you a quick update of I have my immunotherapy tomorrow. It is the chemotherapy. So I have my family that's going to join me, my mom, my aunt, and I'm excited. I had a great Mediterranean class tonight. I want to thank the couple for this evening. We had a great time. And tomorrow I have another Mediterranean class that we're going to have a lot of fun. Uh, I created a menu uh, that I wanted to share, like how I create my meals. So I had to shift things a little bit because insurance wasn't going to pay for a particular treatment, so it's not covered. So I had to kind of adjust on a holistic side and kind of branch out into getting a different type of saliva test, to talk to my doctor, hormonal tests, see what's going on there. So, and sometimes we have to shift, right? Sometimes we have to pivot. And the other thing is, like, I have my book coming out, and then my publisher called me, and he was like, uh, anyways, there's some chapters that are inconsistent in regards to length, so I'm having to do not a rewrite, but a little bit of tweaking. So that's delayed slightly. So I had a lot of delays this week in life, as we do. We do have, like, friend is having surgery, kind of waiting to hear back if, about the tumor that they removed, if benign or malignant. So we're hoping that that person is going to be just fine. So, oh, and so, anyways, going back to my meals, how I create my meals is that I have a focus point. So when you're trying to, you have weight loss. So when you're creating your goals, you have like your weight loss, you have your, what have you. So my focus would be the edema because I'm having so much water retention, but my sodium content isn't high. They think maybe a tumor is pressing against in the brain that's causing the pituitary gland. So that's why that I need the test done to see if there is a tumor that's um, larger, like getting bigger or pressing against uh, something else that's causing the swelling in my legs. So they're not quite sure. So in the meantime, I do my job as a human being that's responsible for my body, and I will take in foods that will help water retention, such as your cucumber or celery, berries, strawberries, so my bananas. So my focus is edema, inflammation, obviously, because we want to reduce the masses, the tumors, the lesions, the cancer. So, and then we have cancer zapping and the sodium content. So I got to watch it, be mindful of it. And I'm anemic. And then I need to boost my immune system, obviously. And then we want to make sure, because I'm taking such morphine, oxy, etc., that I have to watch for my digestive system to flow properly. Therefore, then the next column, I look at nutrients. So we want to take in nutrients that are gut absorption, pre and probiotic, what absorbs the calcium, what will get these things moving. I need to absorb the iron. Vitamin C is going to absorb the iron. Calcium, I need magnesium and potassium. Magnesium is going to help with the pain. Turmeric, ginger, inflammation, anti-inflammatories. So omega-3s, healthy fats. So therefore, when you have a food list, I want to go bland because the tomato sauce, like, I couldn't have the moussaka tonight because it's spiced, it's red sauce. So I have to move away from acidic foods. So we have to adjust when we find out things that we need to do, whether it be diabetes, heart disease, weight loss, cancer, etc. So we really want to focus on what our need is and go from there. So, what is our focus? What is the nutrient that helps? And then create that food list. So, for instance, Reiki mushrooms is something that I can't have because it will mess with the chemo and the autoimmune um, drugs to take. So, I can't take a mushroom complex um, containing that. So, I'm staying away from a mushroom complex supplement, but I am moving into like a turmeric, ginger, So therefore, bananas, berries, water, like a little coffee, a little espresso, but I can only have a little bit. Um, Tea, green tea, white tea. Well, white tea is very high in antioxidant, higher than green tea. I make my own granola. I do like pumpkin seed. I'm gonna put a recipe out on my website at Tracy Traci Night knight.com, and I'll put under the recipe list of how I make my very simple pumpkin pie granola, which is really good. And I put it on my yogurt with some berries, flaxseed meal, chia seeds, lentils, potatoes, sweet potatoes, cucumber, watermelon, mango, strawberries, avocado, beets, chicken, eggs, dairy, beans, nuts, blueberry, salmon, walnuts, turmeric. I think I'm repeating myself. Ginger, lemon, and lime. Um, Cilantro, Italian parsley. Italian parsley is the highest um, in chlorophyll, and so I want to get those plant nutrients right. So this is a short list. It's easy to work with. I can make plenty of meals. So on my site, I'm going to put in like what my breakfast looks like. And I just focus on like 5 or 6 things. Just kind of like my breakfast, like I want to keep it simple. Um, if especially busy days or I just don't want to cook, I'll do like walnuts, chia, and berries and yogurt, and maybe some granola. Keep it simple. Oatmeal with flaxseed meal. Grits with cheese. If I want a little, if I, electrolytes or something of that nature. And then on the other column, what I do is so walnuts, berries, and yogurt, then the focus is protein, dairy, stomach, prebiotics, probiotics, oatmeal, flaxseed meal, digestive system, right? Cleaning the bowels out, because flaxseed meal is a natural laxative. Papaya, natural laxative. Go for the natural laxatives, right? Jackfruit, etc. So we want to look at things like that. So lunch, I do a tzatziki spread with like maybe chicken or hummus, lentils, and rice on the side. What I'm looking at for there is like protein and for my stomach, prebiotic, antioxidant, and water reduction. So I want to be careful of, with water retention. So I want to reduce that water retention. And then, so like dinner, for example, would be when I focus on protein, omega 3s, gut absorption, and antioxidants, I would move into like salmon with olive oil and lemon, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. I like them sauteed. It's better roasted or sauteed, not boiled, because what will happen with those Brussels sprouts is it'll do a cook point, and you're gonna increase the minerals, but you can easily overcook and it has that bitter taste, you're actually tasting the minerals. So it's best if it is roasted instead. Purple potatoes and some rosemary, because that's going to be my antioxidants, and that's a low glycemic as well. So that would be my menu. Keep it simple. I would do like have a recipe for Alabama chicken. It's quick, it's easy, it has antioxidants, it has fats, it's, you know, that everybody can eat. It's got egg noodles, it has pasta. So if I'm feeling a little nauseous, having a pasta dish does help that I can choose from instead of, and a portion is always a thing. So you want to always look at your portion control. Um, Drink your water. Having the cucumber in the water helps as well. So I look at things like that, and then reducing the stress. Like I looked at this week, I was like, gosh, I have things I have to look at. This is not working for me. This is not working for me, or whatever the case. So I just kind of you want to not you just want to set it aside and just deal with things like the edema. Like my legs were swelling. It's not fun. I've got radiation tomorrow, so I mean chemotherapy treatment tomorrow, so I want to make sure that I'm ready and that I'm not stressed prior to. So like I'll get there early and just relax in that time. And like I have work right after that, so I'm doing laundry. It's like 10 o'clock at night. So there's a little push sometimes in our day that we kind of have to go, okay, I got one more thing I have to do. And that will set me up better for tomorrow, because if I try to do laundry in the morning, then what will happen is it will just like kind of put too much pressure on my morning, too much on my, the day. So I'd rather just push myself to get that last thing done. So then I'm more relaxed in my day when I have my schedule is tight already. So you want to really think about, it's kind of like eating. You want to look at your day tomorrow and how can you best prepare for it versus trying to push. And I mean, I couldn't do the laundry this morning because the laundry machine was broken. So that's why I had to do it tonight. So there's a reason for things and we just have to pivot. So instead of doing laundry, I took care of things, some phone calls and some doctor's appointments, had to call my insurance company, had to fix other things that were stressing me out the day before. Um, so that is the thing. So just look at your day and prep yourself for the next day by being in the moment now and just being cognitive of, okay, I got a busy day tomorrow. And you want the right people to understand, you know, I've got a busy day. Make sure your schedule matches up. I have a board, a communication board with my daughter that has our schedule. So it's a wall calendar. And then I make sure those are also in my phone. And that's what I do at night, just prepping myself for the next day. It's the same as like when I was telling my clients tonight is that, prepping for chemo or whatever or the edema is like, it's a lot. And this is an emotional roller coaster. And so there is a lot that comes in my day that, and the fact that I'm not producing stress hormone, um, I get a little, I'm not angry or anything. It's just that it's harder for me to deal with stress, if that makes sense. It's more of when it's almost like not confusion, but kind of. It feels like confusion and it feels frustrating because you can't you it takes you longer to decipher stuff and get clear on your messages, and it takes you a little bit longer to gather your thoughts. And so, you can't quite give what you want to give. And when you're used to giving a different position in a different way, it can be really frustrating. So, so yesterday was difficult, but today was, you know, just getting it done right. There is a really cool little non-alcoholic little wine. It's elderberry and rose water, I think. Anyways, it's called Toast. It's actually very refreshing and nice. I having a little sip after work. It's nice. So Toast at Fresh Market is what I got, and it was only like $7, $8 for like a little bottle. So a non-alcoholic rosé that you can try if you want. My garden is planted. I have carrot, shallot, green onion, mint, sage, and tomato planted today. Oh, and a pineapple. And I'm really excited about it. So we'll see how it all works out. I hope you have a great day. I hope this helps. Just planning your menu and how to plan your menu when you're needing to focus on certain things, and just living in the moment and understanding that sometimes we have to pivot when things go awry, and just dial it back, stay calm. Everything's going to be okay because everything's going to work out. You have all the tools you need. You just need to take a step back, do a 4 count breath in, hold 4, and exhale 4 count out. When you're working with what I'm doing with the edema, I have a slight little headache, which comes with the situation going with. So the stabbing goes through this eye, goes to the back of my head, goes down to the down C1 to C5, across my neck, up the other side, and then scatters and just is all this way. So that's it's my whole head. And it starts right there. So I have to watch it. And it's probably this light right here that's giving me trouble, uh, photosensitivity. So I'm just trying to push. So not pushing through. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for your donations and your time and your thoughts and prayers. Take care.